Right. Therefore, rock had to appear progressive. Now, that's supposed to be a picture of the Who. Imagine a picture of the Who, or something similar. But simultaneously, it had to advertise the capitalists' ideals. Racism, competition, consumerism, obliviousness to class, anti-intellectualism, and coolness. To show how it achieved such a tenuous balance of objectives, the Psychic Soviet traces rock and roll's origins and explores its message through its tenure as cultural expression. Therefore, no book about Iggy Pop's drug use, Elvis Presley's underwear, or the Beatles' day-to-day life in the studio is really complete without this book, The Psychic Soviet. In fact, no one should ever listen to another rock and roll album without first consulting this important book, which demystifies rock and roll's meaning, its use, its origins, and simultaneously explains its enormous power and promise for the future. I'm not done. But if you guys want to take a break, I was going to pass out cookies or something, but I didn't have time to buy them. All right. Since its introduction into human sensibility, rock and roll music has spread its tentacles from its original birthplace in Memphis, Tennessee, and permeated the entire globe. Initially, it crushed all competition, either swallowing it through liberal inclusion, swallowing art, jazz, art, theater, or destroying it through inference of fuddy-duddiness. During the socialist era, there were holdouts to rock and roll's message of individualism, neroism, selfishness, and impulsiveness. However, its power and attraction were virulent, and through deep-pocketed interminable propaganda and in alliance with banking concerns, financiers, and the Vatican, the rock and rollers' heroic mysticism. This is rock and roll swallowing everything through inclusion, opera. Oh, fuck, leather. And that's some people held out to its virulent message. But however, oh, this is a market. Okay. Yeah, the rock and rollers' heroic mysticism eventually triumphed over and smashed the egalitarian rationalism of the socialist countries by first hypnotizing their telegenically primitive populations with esoteric shibboleths like freedom, liberty, democracy, and convenience, and then predictably returned them to their collective former status as third world markets and labor camps. In the 60s, the height of group culture, bands undercut the radical movements in the country by rehabilitating vacuity as groovy. As payback for promotion, rock groups advertised the CIA's international narcotic business free of charge, launching who had launched $1 billion black market, which they control to this day, as dramatized in the film The French Connection. This free advertising on the part of the groups was decried by Madison Avenue for bringing down the value of advertising in general. If one traces rock and roll sponsored drug trends through the years, they precisely shadow USA foreign intervention. The war in Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, spawned the heroin craze, and involvement in Central America got people into cocaine, shadowed the cocaine trend, and so on, through today's US occupation of Afghanistan, prompted in fact by the Taliban's fatwa against poppy production.